Welcome back, everybody. You got Specs here, and today we're going to be finally going over Week 3 replays for UPDL Season 9. Yeah. Isn't it cool? So fun. So I don't know. Anyways, one thing to note before we get started with the replays. So we did have a dropout. So Zan has decided to drop out for the season. So I found a replacement for him. They are still going to be considered under the Driftveil Delibirds name. But they requested that their actual name be anonymous, so we're just gonna call them the Driftveil Delibirds, or just the DVB for sure. I don't know, but yeah, my friend, it's one of my friends basically, and so he said that he just he'll play, but he wanted to keep himself anonymous. So yeah, I don't really know why he wanted to do that, all things considered, but you know, he gave me consent to record his matches too, so I don't really know, but hopefully I don't slip up and mention his name or anything. But yeah, anyways, with that out of the way, we can get started with the replays, I suppose. So yeah, first up here we have the Las Vegas Golden Ho-Ohs versus the Piplup Posse. So Gecko versus Arcana on the right here. We can go ahead and get started, I suppose. So we're going to see the Arceus fighting lead off against Magearna here. Definitely not a great matchup for Gecko. I guess Magearna probably doesn't kill Arceus fighting in one go if it's unless it's like Specs Magearna or something like that. But you know, obviously Arceus fighting doesn't want to fight a fairy type, so probably gonna see a switch here. We'll see switch into Skeletor. Great answer to Magearna. We're gonna see the Flurry Cannon pop off there, and it looks like it might actually be Specs Magearna, or at least it's a lot of damage. We're gonna see the. Honestly, I'm surprised we saw a swap out because. If this is unaware Skeletor, which it most likely is, the drops from Flurry Cannon doesn't even affect Skeletor. So like doesn't even affect like the damage against Skeletor, so it would keep doing this amount. I guess Arcana was just kind of expecting like a slack off though or something, so he just went straight into Arceus Water there. But Gecko doesn't care, goes for the Flame Charge of all things. Definitely didn't expect to see that on the Skeletor of all Pokemon, but see if it helps at all. I don't think it helps at all against Arceus Water. Yeah, we're gonna see the swap out here into Abomasnow. Arceus Water is going to go for the Judgment. Not going to do... this is a decent amount, all things considered. This is Mega Abomasnow, so we're probably going to see a Mega here into, what? Woodhammer? Giga Drain. Interesting. I actually don't know Mega Abomasnow's special stat. Oddly enough. Let me search it up real quick. Oh, it's the same as attack. So they're both base 132. Okay. That's fine, then. Anyways, Ice Shard's going to be coming out here. Surprised that they stayed in there, but... I guess, honestly, to be fair, not a great... Gecko doesn't have the greatest swap in such a Eternatus. I guess, yeah, if it's like Meteor Beam Eternatus... Well, I mean, it was going to go for it anyways on this turn. But, like... Yeah, so in that case... From Gecko's perspective, no point in going to Skeletor or something like that. Yeah, I guess it makes sense to swap there. Maybe Arceus fighting, if it was like a defensive one, could potentially take out the Eternatus, but... I kind of doubt it. You probably need like Thunder Wave plus like a lot of other specific tech for Eternatus that at Arceus fighting probably wouldn't normally run. So yeah, honestly, kind of can see the reasoning behind the sack there. It is Life Orb Eternatus, so interestingly enough. Anyways, Deoxys is going to come into Revenge Kill here. As long as he picks the right move, he probably will get a kill here, all things considered. Magearna is going to come in here. We're going to see Extreme Speed. That was definitely the wrong choice there. Surprised he went for Extreme Speed of all things. I don't know what he was trying to hit there. Honestly, Eternatus might have been able to tank that, all things considered, too. Anyway, Skeletor's going to come back in here again. We're going to see the spikes come out from Magearna. I'm pretty sure that thing's Specs, though. But yeah, anyways, another Flame Charge. For some reason, I don't know why he's running Flame Charge on this thing. Doesn't really make a lot of sense here. We'll see if it results in anything. We're going to see the Calm Mind here, and the Arceus Fighting is just going to ignore the Arceus Watering and set up rocks, and then we're just going to see Judgment here. Not going to do much, obviously. Judgment from the Arceus Water is going to do a lot more in return, and it looks like it's been a speed tie this entire time, or this Arceus Fighting went for some sort of minus priority move like Dragon Tail or Roar. Obviously, it doesn't work out for Gecko there, and he's going to go down. Down 4v6. They do have hazards on both sides, but not looking good for Gecko here. You're going to see the Scizor coming, and it's just going to get demolished by +2 Judgment here. So yeah, it looks like Gecko is probably on the losing end here. We'll see if Deoxys can turn things around here. Knockoff is definitely not doing anything. And that's going to be a dead Deoxys. And at this point, Skeletor is going to die and Ursaluna is going to die too. Yeah, this is just going to be a 6-0. And yeah, I can't pull up the chat right now, but you know, Gecko was talking about maybe forfeiting. Please don't forfeit your matches. I understand it sucks, like especially if you're in a situation like this where there's nothing you can do. But just I would prefer if you didn't forfeit your matches, because then like the whole differential thing can get a little tricky in terms of like how do I determine like what gets what kills and whatnot. And like in this scenario, yeah, obviously Arcana was gonna get all the kills with Arceus Water. But maybe he could have swapped. Maybe he wanted to swap out of greed and give something else his kills. Maybe Gecko would have turned it around if they did forfeit. I don't know. Like seriously, like yeah, please don't forfeit. Even though I know it sucks though. Like I understand. I totally understand the reasoning why you would want to forfeit here. It makes sense, but just please don't do it. For my sake. But yeah. Anyways, Gecko. Yeah, unfortunate there. Just a pretty bad matchup against Arceus Water there, pretty much. If this Arceus Water had Flamethrower too, there was literally nothing that Gecko could have done in the first place. His entire team just kind of got 6-0'd in the... Well, maybe if he had... It looked like he might have had a phasing move on Arceus Fighting. Either that or it was actually just a straight up speed tie and he just lost it at the end there. I kind of doubt that was the case though. But yeah, assuming this Arceus Fighting had like Roar or something, he should have done that earlier and then tried to win with his own win con sooner in order to try to win that game, I suppose. But yeah, definitely was not a very good matchup. Arceus Water did do really, really well against this team. Although honestly, like, yeah, Deoxys probably should have been running like some other set. Like knock off and E-Speed. I mean, knock off and E-Speed on Deoxys is normal. Yeah, that makes sense, right? But like, there should be other moves there that do more to an Arceus Water than knockoff. Right? Knockoff doesn't even get the base power boost because you can't knock off the Arceus Water's plate. Extreme Speed obviously is a non-stab move, so like I'm pretty sure like a Psycho boost, even though with the +2 defense Spit F boost, like would have done more, just because it's so much stronger and it's coming off of like stab and like yeah, I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, I probably should have kept my Abomasnow alive too in order to check that. You shouldn't have sacked the Eternatus. So yeah, it's all about recognizing like what do you need to make sure that your opponent's win cons don't win, and what do you not need in a game. So like for example here, like that being said, like yeah, a lot of his mons here are pretty good, but like yeah, in this case like you have to recognize like what's the least useful member on your team and then sack it on that turn when the Eternatus was out. Like this turn, because your most useful thing, like you definitely needed a Abomasnow, right? You needed a Abomasnow to make sure Arceus Water didn't beat you, so you just kind of had to like sack something else here, like something like Ursaluna could have potentially swapped in here, for example. Maybe would have been able to tank like 2 hits from Eternatus and then kill it later. But yeah, I know it's a very hard call to make, but like this is Ubers, it's a high pace metagame. You're gonna have to make sure, like sometimes you just have to risk it for the right calls and such. So yeah, anyways, enough talking about that. Let's move on to the next game here. Next up we have the Boston Brelooms up against the Slovakian Slowbros. I don't know why I keep forgetting the name. But yeah, Bari versus Ghetto Flash. So let's go ahead and get started with this one here. So yeah, Metagross is going to lead off. I think this is a Mega Metagross, if I'm not mistaken. So Metagross is going to lead off against Greninja here. We are going to... It is a shiny... okay, hold your... I don't know if Ghetto Flash is doing this to be funny. But yeah, fun fact. Do not ever in your life run a female or shiny Greninja. And the reason why, it's because... So when Battle Bond Greninja was released, it was shiny locked and it was always going to be male because right, it was Greninja. The Greninja Ash had in the anime was male and it was non-shiny, so it was shiny locked, it was male. So if you want to pretend at the very minimum that you have a potentially Battle Bond Greninja, you need to set your Greninja to be non-shiny and it has to be male in order for it to pass off as a potentially Battle Bond Greninja. Now, you don't have to necessarily run Battle Bond, obviously, but you can bluff that you're running Battle Bond whilst still running something like Protean instead. Or even fucking Tauren if you want to do some funny stuff with that. So yeah, fun fact, just telling you now, like from this turn, I know your Greninja is 100% Protean. Okay, 99% Protean, 1% chance of being Tauren. You know, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. I don't know if Ghetto Flash is doing that to be funny or Who knows? Based on the chat I'm reading here, it said he made this team right before Bari sent the challenge, so he probably just. I mean, you have to go into the editor and tell the Pokemon to be shiny though. Like that was, I don't know, that was definitely a mistake. Anyways, Metagross gonna come out here. We're gonna see the Dark Pulse from Greninja, and it is going to do quite a bit to Metagross, but it's not gonna quite kill. And Earthquake is gonna do a decent amount, and then I'm assuming a follow-up Bullet Punch here. Yes, Bullet Punch. This is not Rocky Helmet Landorus though, so he couldn't get the Rocky Helmet kill there, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess so. Yeah, from that information, definitely not a Water Shuriken Greninja. Otherwise, he would have won for that there, and because it was like, right. So yeah, Bari was. I don't know why he didn't go for Mash. I guess he went for Mash on the off chance the Greninja will try to go for Hydro Pump instead to be sneaky. Which, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So yeah. Anyways. Let's continue on here. Giratina Origin's going to come in on the swap, as Landor is going to go for U-turn, probably going to bring in Darkrai. Okay, to go back to Grin. Okay, fair enough. Another Dark Pulse is going to come out, and it's going to do a decent chunk. Not going to quite two-shot, though. No flinch, though, and the Giratina is going to take out the Greninja with Poltergeist. Okay, Darkrai is going to come back in here. Another Dark Pulse follow-up is going to knock out the Giratina. No item reveal yet on the Darkrai. It could be Specs meaning, or... Yeah, it could be Specs, but it also is just... I don't know if like a max special attack Dark Pulse just takes out Giratina. It probably does at that range. Yeah, so. Anyways, another Dark Pulse comes out. It's going to do a lot to Groudon here as we go to the Groudon. Is going to set up rocks. No item reveal on the Groudon either. Could be Heat Rock, could be... Fuck, it could be Bandit. We don't know. Yeah, probably the way the Darkrai's being played, it probably is Specs here. And Bari is just going to let the Groudon go down here. Lilligant Hisui is going to be the swap in here as we're going to see Landorus come in to Intimidate. Probably going to see Victory Dance into Triple Axle if I were Bari. Yeah, Victory Dance. We're going to see a Triple Axle here. Yes. And are we going to see 3 hits? No. Are we going to see a Scorching Sands burn? Yeah, that was fucking unfortunate. Not only did he run the one move that could have potentially fucked over the Lilligant, it also got the secondary effect he needed. Scorching Sands too, especially Scorching Sands of all things too. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 20% chance instead of... Oh, no, it's 30%. Okay, sorry. Okay, well, I mean, it is basically Scald. That's very unfortunate, though. Bari definitely did not want that. Triple Axle again. This time he is going to get all 3 hits, but it was a little too late there. Without that burn, honestly, Lilligant had a really great matchup here. I didn't really see much that Ghetto Flash could have really done there. But yeah, Triple Axle is a fickle being, you know. Should have run that not scope lens. What was it? Wide lens. Wait, is it wide lens? Yes, it is wide lens. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that's very unfortunate there. We're gonna see the fake out from Sneasler. It is not a Boots Sneasler, and using fake out kind of indicates it probably is Poison Touch. I don't understand why he brought a Poison Touch Sneasler to a game where there is definitely going to be an Arceus Poison. So that was a little weird for my taste. We're gonna see Dragon Dance from the Arceus Poison, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, that's definitely a Poison Touch Sneasler. Why is it Poison Touch in this metagame? In this match? Like I kind of figured Unburden would have been a lot better, so like you could have a way to outspeed Lilligant Hisui without boosting Chlorophyll Song. Like, I don't know. Anyways, Darkrai's gonna come in here. It's gonna probably die to whatever. Not quite die because he didn't run Gunk Shot instead of Poison. He ran Poison Jab instead of Gunk Shot or something like that. Yeah, apparently Arceus Poison gets that. But yeah, anyways, Poison Jab. 2 Poison Jabs gonna knock out the Darkrai there. That Psy Shock did do a lot of damage there. Okay, Sneaser's gonna come back in. Fake Out doesn't kill. Yeah, so I don't know what the Sneaser's gonna quite do here. I'm gonna swap back out into Rillaboom. But this is a Recover Arceus Poison. Oh. Yeah, that's that might be a GG. Okay, we're gonna see Recover. High Horsepower is gonna do a decent chunk there, but with the grassy terrain is gonna not quite take it out after a second follow-up. A follow-up High Horsepower wouldn't have taken it out. And yeah, a Poison Jab at +1 definitely gonna take out the Rillaboom there. At this point, I don't really see a win con for Pokeawesome. He's hoping his Deoxys attack is faster, but it is not. Or I did prep that correctly, and yeah, Sneasler definitely can't do anything to this Arceus Poison. Maybe get a Dire Claw, something. I don't know. This Arceus Poison, I don't wonder. It probably has Earthquake, right? I don't know. It's gonna recover. His last move might be an Ice move to deal with Landers. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it's wider. So it's so it is Unburdened. Wait, why are you unburdened with this fake out? You have a whole, dude, you have a whole Rillaboom, and you're not running Grassy Seed. Are you serious? Like, be so. What? 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 Okay, Dire Claw, no para, no sleep, and the Earthquake is gonna take it out. So I'm so. That's so weird. I don't know. Why were you running? Why were you running? Not running a fucking Grassy Seed with real. That's like the main. I thought you drafted that for a reason. Like, what? Why would you not run Grassy Seed? There wasn't even terrain on the other end. Like, there was no reason to not run Grassy Seed on this team if you're gonna bring Sneasler plus Rillaboom. And you weren't gonna run a Poison Touch Sneasler because it clearly wasn't a Poison Touch Sneasler. Like, and why are you running Fake Out on this? Dude, okay. You need to like reevaluate what Sneasler actually does. There are two different sets, right? One of them is Poison Touch, and that is the set you're running. Basically, like Fake Out plus U-Turn plus Dire Claw. The other set's on Burden. You're supposed to be running Sword Dance. You know, Sword Dance, Dire Claw, Close Combat, maybe Acrobatics, maybe I don't know what other coverage Sneasler gets, but like you get my point, right? Like this is not that it would have saved you against Star's Poison. Keep that in mind. Like this is just like you were gonna lose to that basically at once that thing went for the DD and you let your Landorus die. So yeah, you're fucked anyways. But like, I'm very confused at the set. I'll just leave it at that, and we're just. But yeah, either run a Fake Out Poison Touch set or run Swords Dance Unburdened. You can't double dip with Sneasler like that. Like that's just you're just not getting the full use out of the Pokemon. If you're doing something like that, definitely not. But yeah. Yeah, anyways, sorry. We're just gonna keep moving on here. Next up we got the Renegade Roserades versus Skeb Glaceons, so Wiggly versus Elegy. Let's go ahead and get started. Not here to stall, you know? Anyways, Corviknight leading off against Masquerado. We're gonna see a hard swap there. Interesting. Yeah, hold on. Why don't we see a hard swap immediately? You beat this 1v1. I'm so confused. This is an advantageous matchup. In fact, why did you at least go for U-turn? Like, okay. Anyways, we're gonna see a hard what? What? Okay, it's just for the Rocky Helmet chip. Yeah. Okay, sure. I don't know. I don't really know why. Maybe Wiggly was like, I don't want to U-turn into Moltres because, you know, I don't want to get burned. That might be why. I guess. I don't really get that personally, but you know, sure. All right. Anyways, Ho-Ohs gonna come in here. Moltres gonna go for Flamethrower. Not gonna do jack shit, obviously. And we can see a Thunder Wave from Ho-Oh get paralyzed on the Moltres, and Moltres is gonna go for Toxic. So. Out of that trade there, I'd say the Moltres definitely won that interaction. Ho-Oh getting Toxic is not going to be great, even if it does have Regenerator. And we're going to see Xerneas come in here as the Moltres goes for a follow Flamethrower. It does actually a decent amount of damage. And Xerneas is going to go for a Defog here. And we see a Toxic miss from the Moltres. Interesting. Diance's going to come in. Interesting. I don't know why you... I mean, maybe the Xerneas has Aromatherapy. Maybe that's why. I know this is Mega Diance. You didn't Mega on that turn? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I need some. Well, goddamn. I'm surprised Ogerpon just one-shot that thing. That was basically a full health Corviknight. I didn't realize Ogerpon was that strong. Good lord. Okay, anyways, Roaring Moon's going to come out here. We're going to see the Boost Energy get expended here. It is Boost Energy Speed. Mulch is going to come in. We're going to see Dragon Dance on the Roaring Moon. Is he going to get burned? No. Paralyzed. Pretty good turn for Wiggly. We're going to see a swap. What? Why did you swap? Was knockoff not gonna kill? I think it was a range for it to kill at that range, right? Because like if the boosted knockup to 60, so it's a little, it's like you lose 1.5 times the power. Yeah, I think it was a range. I don't know, potentially. I mean, I guess Wiggly didn't want to risk getting burned there. I don't know, but I think Wiggly kind of just like I think if I were her, I would have just gone for it, personally speaking. But you know, I'm not Wiggly. And you went for Moonblast. This is okay, but Moltres is no boots, no roost. What? What the fuck? Okay, I think okay. Whoa. I think Wiggly is like going way too far and over predicting here, and Elegy is just like, I was just playing a normal game here, just playing a normal game Pokemon, and then like Wiggly just went like, she was trying to see like 5 bajillion turns ahead, and I think Wiggly just kind of choked these couple turns here. So like, first off, yeah, I already said this was a roll to kill. To be fair, you know, might not be risky, like might not be worth going for the kill here. Personally, I would have gone for it, but you know, anyways. Just because, like, you do have the aromatherapy Xerneas in the back. So, like, getting burned is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it does suck. Don't get me wrong. But, like, you have at least with this team, you have a way of reversing that. So, I don't know. Personally, I would have just gone for it again. But, yeah. Gets paralyzed there. So, like, yeah, sure. And we're going to see the aromatherapy. Like, I mean, sure, fine. Cure things of poisoning. You let LG go for defog though, which is kind of weird. See, like at this point, LG was like, okay, I'm just gonna sack Moltres. Like, I need to get I'm just gonna get rocks off and then get a clean switch into something like a Eternatus or something like that. And then so that's what LG's thinking. And then Xerneas, yeah, goes for Moonblast there, gets a lot of damage off, right? And it's like, oh, toxic. I like again, LG's like, okay, I'm gonna sack Moltres, whatever. Gets the toxic off on Xerneas, and then Wiggly just swaps on this turn, and I just, bro, Moonblast was like, what would you, like, if you look at this team, like, what switches into Xerneas Moonblast, like, super well? Nothing. Everything takes, like, at least, like, a good 40% from it. And then if Moltres stays in, it dies. Like, getting rid of the only fairy resist on this team is, like, pretty good for you. And then you just don't do it. And I'm just very confused at these turns. I don't know what Wiggly was thinking here. Maybe they did something I'm not seeing here, but like personally, like clearing the way for something like your Diancie or your Xerneas to do a lot of big damage here, I personally would have taken that. But you know what? To each their own. We're just gonna keep moving on. Nancy, okay, so you let Moltres roost back up, and now LG's like, well, I can keep it now at this point. So lost into the Ogre Pond. Damage Storm does a lot here. We do see the defense boost here, so I don't think Cultural kills at this range. And it doesn't matter anyways, because Diancie went to speed tie. But yeah, Masquerada comes in. Obviously, he's going to bluff the flower... Well, not bluff it, but obviously has flower trick. But yeah, obviously not going to do shit to Ho-Oh. So yeah, we're going to see T-Specs get set up again here. I don't know. As Ho-Oh just goes for Sacred Fire, knocks out the Masquerada, which is fair. Yeah, I guess there's not much point in trying to bounce back the hazards here in this scenario. So fair enough. Yeah, anyways, Eternatus is going to come in here. Pretty scary. We already see the double swap here as LG was scouting for something like the Thunder Wave. So, okay. Let's Arceus Fury get T-Wave instead, I guess. Eternatus is going to come back in here. We're going to see the Calm Mind from Arceus Fairy. All right. It being parried, though, is not super great for it. Anyways, Wiggly's going to go for Defog as Arceus Fairy gets another TM up. It's a little bit scary for Wiggly now. Yeah, Moonblast is not doing anything, actually. Wow, that's crazy. This is probably like its defensive Xerneas, to be fair. Anyways, Chilling Water is an interesting choice from Arceus Fairy, but honestly, it kind of makes sense here. Being able to lower the attack from Ho-Oh is actually a pretty good play. So yeah, Ho-Oh's going to come in here, but Sacred Fire comes out. It's doing 23. This is like a max defense, probably Arceus Fairy. And then, like, yeah, Chilling Water is going to make it so that Sacred Fire can do even less. And as long as Arceus Fairy doesn't get, like, parried too much, I think this is going to be a pretty rough game for Wiggly to win at this rate. You can see Arceus Ground come and go for Recover, gets a full para there. And it is special Arceus Ground, which not doing a lot there after the two Calm Mind Boost. Judgment is going to take it out, and we're going to see Ho come back in. But again, like we already seen the damage here, it is pretty pitiful. With Chilling Water again, it's going to be doing even less unless Wiggly gets crits. Yeah, this is probably game at this point. I don't see a way for Wiggly to win here. They would need to get a lot of full paras, and they would need Diancie to get some good damage off, but like that's not doing anything. Okay, Diamond Storm comes out. If he gets a full para here, there's a chance. Okay, there's a chance here. Doesn't get the high roll though, and the LG's gonna go for a cover. Yeah, Wiggly just needs one para. She needs one para here. She's not getting it. She's not getting it at all. Maybe Moonblast. Yeah, I'd go for Moonblast too, just to drop special attack. That might be useful. Okay, not a second one. And Dynasty still just dies even after a special drop there. That's crazy. But yeah, Sacred Fire. Yeah, no, this game is over. Yeah, Wiggly has no real way unless LG gets parried on one of these turns. There's no way for Wiggly to win this matchup, unfortunately. So yeah, we're just gonna. I don't think there's really any point to continue dragging this out. Okay, she's going for full paras here, but yeah, Judgment comes out, gets killed, and then yeah, we already see Chilling Water. Yeah. Wow. Okay, Arceus Fairy did quite a number on this team. That's kind of interesting. I gotta keep that tech in mind for my own Arceus Fairy, you know. But yeah, Chilling Water is actually pretty good. Yeah. Am I fighting LG? Oh wait, don't I fight Wiggly actually? At some point. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. Okay, I can't use this. Can't use the same tech. Unfortunate. But yeah, LG kind of just that set was just like really good against his team. There wasn't really much Wiggly could have done in this scenario, really. Yeah, once Arceus Fairy got paralyzed instead of being toxic or something like that, it was just like basically impossible for Wiggly to get a win here. Oddly enough, but yeah, if she got a little bit better para hacks, maybe Arceus Fairy would have been able to go down and Wiggly could have won. But yeah, unfortunately, Wiggly just didn't get the luck she needed in order to beat the Arceus Fairy. So yeah, that's just it. So yeah, Wiggly does lose that game there. 4-0. LG, yeah, still doing well as I can see here. But yeah, let's move on to the next game here. We got Terra versus, oh yeah, this is my friend I was talking about. I'll switch over to their viewpoint just because they're my friend. We gotta rep it. But yeah, so Driftveil Delibirds up against Texas Turtwigs here. So Anonymous versus Terra. So let's go ahead and commentate this battle, shall we? So yeah, we're gonna see Spidops lead off against Kangaskhan here. Okay, so Kangaskhan gonna go for the fake out. Does a decent amount of damage there. I don't know what set he's running here. Maybe Return or Body Slam would be enough to take out the Spidops from this range. I'm not sure though. We will see. Fluttermane's gonna hard swap in here as the Spidops goes for a swap into Giratina. Boost energy gets consumed. We see the boost energy speed come in. At this point, yeah, if you're Terra, I would just hit this thing as hard as you can right now. So like just go for Shadow Ball. You don't want this thing to get set. Oh, it's substitute too, which is really. Oh no. Please don't tell me this Giratina. It surely has Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, God. You're telling me this thing didn't have a single ghost move for the Flood Rain? Dude, this is not good. Shadow Ball comes out. It's gonna do exactly half. We get a Spit Jeff drop, so we're not even gonna see if it's a roll. Flash Cannon is gonna come out. Fallout Shadow Ball is gonna take out the Heat Ram for sure. Okay, what? Why does Spidops come in? What? Okay, I think. To be fair, what else could have come in there? Well, the Deoxys like Focus Sash definitely should have gone to that, right? Because we're gonna live. So it's clearly not Focus Sash then on Deoxys attack then. Okay, that makes sense. All right, but yeah, first impression really doesn't do anything to Fluttermane, obviously, and honestly, Driftveil Delibirds could have gone for another Calm Mind there most likely, but I guess they didn't want to find out the Spidos had like knockoff or some sort of like ghost move surprise or whatever. So Fluttermane's gonna take that thing out. Deoxys attack comes in here. It's Scarf. Whoa, why didn't you just go to that in the first place? Why is it Scarf? What? But, dude, are you serious? Terra. There was a whole exposed Fluttermane. I mean, I don't know if, I guess Deoxys attack, okay, even if Deoxys attack Shadow Ball doesn't kill, it probably actually gets in range of Spidops, like, at this point. First off, Scarf Deoxys attack is probably the most insane set I've ever heard in in all of Mon's history. In all of Mon's history, like that is like, I, I actually cannot even believe something like this would ever be dreamt up of in the history of Pokemon. But yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna search it up. I want to see. I'm gonna give it Modest Scarf because sure, I don't know what set is. Well, I don't know how fast the Fluttermane is here. It might be max speed, for all I know. If that's the case, the Deoxys attack is slower. So okay, we're gonna actually keep it at neutral nature. Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball +1 Shadow Ball actually does 46 to 54. And actually Psycho Boost would have done more. It does 60 to 70. Interesting. Wait, actually that makes sense. So yeah, 46 to 54. That actually doesn't even get it in range of Fluttermane for Spidoffs to kill it. So actually, wow, he just kind of lost, huh? All right, well, first impression, yeah. But I mean, you still should have gone for it anyways. Like maybe you get a crit, right? Maybe Psychic Boost or Shadow Ball gets a crit there, right? So like then you can kill it. But yeah, that's crazy. Scarf Deoxys attack is not something I would ever have put on my bingo card for 2025, you know? But yeah, that's gonna go down. And yeah, at this point, another substitute comes out. This Giratina clearly doesn't have a ghost move. Why does it not? I think this Fluttermane got way farther than it should have. Oh, it's going for another Cold Mind. Oh my god. Protect? That's crazy. I mean, that's not... What is Protect for on an Arceus in general? Shadow Ball's gonna knock it out. Yeah, that's GG. Tara just said it in the chat, and I have to fully agree with them. A Moonblast is not gonna do anything. Yeah, it's double status rest default Giratina. That's why. Oh my god! But why would you bring that set against this team? This team is like a. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's probably something in the prep where it's just like, yeah, maybe you should have brought that set. Like, it was really good against like probably like Kangaskhan, for example. But like, I'll get to Fluttermane. Like, you didn't bring a single ghost move for your Fluttermane or for like Aegislash or anything. I don't know. I personally I don't think I would have gone there for that myself, but you know, there's that. But yeah, this game's over. Yeah, Mega Salad, it doesn't matter. Fuck, it dies. Wow. Okay. Okay, we just got a 6-0. Fluttermane just literally turn 2 Fluttermane came in and just swept the entire competition. I mean, the thumbnail writes itself. I don't even know. I mean, I have to. Like, this thing got all 6 kills. Like, oh wait, did Arceus Fairy get all 6 kills? No, he didn't. I know I didn't. Corbinite died to something else. Yeah. What the fuck? that was a game. Sure was a game of all time. All right. Well, anyways, we're gonna move on here, I guess. I don't know. There's really not much to talk about. I already talked about like potentially going Deoxys attack. Yeah, I mean that wouldn't matter later into the game because like Fluttermane couldn't get another Toxic off, and so like and Giratina always was gonna live even a +2 Shadow Ball, so you could have gone to Toxic off there, and then Fluttermane would have So Terra could have definitely did not have to lose to this Fluttermane turn 1, but I guess just a couple of bad mistakes there, and then Fluttermane just kind of ran away with the game there. This game didn't even last like more than 20 turns. Yeah, okay, well, anyways. Well, that's that game. Let's move on to the next one. We got Blockheaded Blastoises here versus the Moody 5 Lunalas, aka Little Angry Joe, versus Pops Popular. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Arceus, wait, hold on. Arceus Dark kind of look kind of fire here from this angle. I don't know. It looks kind of good from this angle. I don't know. Is this just me? Anyways, Blaziken leading off against Arceus Dark. Obviously, bad lead there for Pops. You're going to swap into Zamazenta here as Mecha Blaziken comes out, tries to go for the CC, and doesn't do jack shit because it is a Zamazenta with leftovers plus Dauntless Shield plus whatever the fuck. Anyways, Giratina is going to come in here. Obviously, going to be a bad matchup for Zamazenta. We're going to see Iron Defense come out there. Safeguard comes out, so it's immune from Toxic. Pretty cool tech. I'm surprised you didn't just go for a substitute because... Wait, yeah, actually, if you just went for sub, this would have been way better. Bro. Bruh, just run sub. What, you're running leftovers and you're not gonna run substitute? That's kind of cringe. That's kind of cringe. I'm sorry. I mean, to be fair, this Giratina could have been a special attacker or whatever, but like, if that was the case, you're never gonna get past it anyways, right? So yeah, I personally, like, actually, if that Zamazenta actually was like actually just like sub Iron Defense, like, fuck, it could have probably Actually, maybe could have won right off the bat. Like, not unironically. Just because, like, Mewtwo is slower, might get 2-shot by Crunch. I don't know the range there. Depends on the Mewtwo set as well. Depends on the Zombies into EVs. But yeah, definitely could have been better if you ran sub there. Like, look how good it would have been against Giratina. But yeah, anyways, Judgment comes out from Arceus Start. Not going to do much to the Arc Steel. We're going to see the taunt from Arc Dark, though, as Arceus Steel tries to go for Stealth Rock, but fails. Blaziken is going to swap back in here against another Judgment. Takes a lot of chip there. Blaziken probably going to go for a Swords Dance here on this turn. Yes, Zygarde comes in, but it is in regular form. I don't know if it takes this +2 CC, and it doesn't. Zygarde's going to go down. And yeah, Little Angry Joe up on Bonds here, and it looks like they're going to be in a good position here. Latias is going to come in. Knockout probably doesn't kill if it has it. It does have it, but yeah, it doesn't quite kill. And Mist Ball is going to knock it out. Mist Ball is crazy, though. Isn't Mist Ball the one that drops special attack? Is that any good? I feel like Psychic would just be better in most scenarios. And it has more PP and, like... You know what? I'm not here to judge the set. Actually, I'm totally here to judge the set. What? I'm sorry. Did I just say Blizzard? Okay. Okay, are you running Blunder? No, they're not even running Blunder Policy. Why are you running Blizzard on Mewtwo? This is not Gen 1 Mewtwo. Like, don't get the sets from Gen 1 Smogon, okay? Actually, fun fact: Gen 1 Uber's Mewtwo doesn't even run Blizzard. They run Ice Beam for the extra PP, but which is yeah, and also because it doesn't miss sometimes. Well, I mean, less of a concern in Generation 1 because Blizzard back then was 90% accuracy. Whoever thought that was a good idea, I have no idea. Yeah, anyways. Dude, okay, Psychic would have just killed. Why did you just go for Psychic? Why are you going for Blizzard? Okay, second Blizzard takes the future sight chip. Gets a critical hit too. Oh my god, Arceus Dark goes. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh, Calm Mind Arc Dark. All right, that's pretty scary. And another taunt. So Arceus Steel can't go for recover or Fairysong apparently. Okay, Primal Kyogre comes in here. Another Calm Mind. At this point, Arc Dark probably wins this matchup. Yeah, 2 shots to the Primal Kyogre. Origin Pulse is gonna miss. Oh, I mean, it probably wouldn't have killed without a crit, but that would have done a lot of damage. Oh man, that sucks. And a critical hit. Well, that crit didn't matter at least. Mewtwo's gonna come in here. It is faster. Focus for Focus Blast doesn't quite take out the Arceus Dark, and Mewtwo's gonna go down there. That was probably even Specs Mewtwo, honestly, based on the fact that he was spamming Blizzard after the first one missed. Yeah, that's definitely Specs Mewtwo. Wait, dude, I can't believe you're running Specs Blizzard, dude. Specs Ice Beam surely was enough to kill Zygarde. Like, you did not have to go this far, right? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe Zygarde could have tanked it. That guy's a beast. In father form, probably was able to, but like in non-father form, I don't know. Anyways, gets oh god, it's struggling. Okay, yeah, wrap it up. The game's over. The game's so over. Wrap it up, boys. We're done. I don't want to see this. Okay, well, No. Another game where Pokemon almost 6-0'd on their own, but no, Arceus Dark did not get the kill on Blaziken. And that's right. That means my friend's Fluttermane, I guess, gets the thumbnail. I don't know. But yeah, that was a game. I was very unfortunate there. Angry Joe, I mean, okay, I want to say it was unlucky and whatnot, and it was, but at the same time, you kind of did this to yourself. I'm victim blaming here, but come on. Why was the Mewtwo not running Ice Beam? Like, let's be so for real with me. Tell me Mewtwo Choice Specs Ice Beam doesn't one-shot a Zygarde. Tell me it doesn't. I'm gonna check right now because I do not believe that for a goddamn second. It literally one-shots it. Max HP Zygarde complete, it one-shots it from full. Like, no, you did this to yourself. No, I'm sorry. Get out of here. You're done. No, go to the naughty corner. And this we're not even accounting for it being, it was in 50% for the entire game because, you know, it died. And Ice Beam there definitely one shots it. Even if it's max BDF, it definitely kills. Like, so, you know, no idea why Little Joe ran fucking Ice Beam. Focus Blast. Actually, yeah, Focus Blast is kind of crazy too. I don't even know what Focus Blast is for. Arc Dark, right? I mean, I guess maybe you need more damage on that. I don't know. Well, yeah, Arceus Dark is something that like actually can tank like Aura Spheres from Mewtwo. So like I can kind of see that one, but Blizzard is way too far. Like you cook too hard. Yeah, so like Specs Mewtwo Aura Sphere 2 shots Arc Dark if it doesn't have Spadef investment. Like I don't know. Yeah, like I feel like you could have just ran Aura Sphere too. I don't know. I think my boy just saw the big PowerPoints and was just like, you know what? I'm going all in. You gotta respect that, but also at the same time, you can't really blame anyone if you miss. So yeah. Fortunate. But it is what it is. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next match here. We got the Dayton Dewgongs up against the Fairysong Froslasses, Grinning Chart up against Kristoff. Let's go. Arc Dark leading off against Ferrothorn. We see Rocks trade here. Classic Smogon. We're gonna see Wisp here as Ferrothorn 1 goes for Leech Seed. Oh, but unfortunate miss there. Alright. Kristoff's gonna go into Grimmsnarl here on the Judgment. Okay, so this is definitely Recover Last Arc Dark. We already know the full moveset. That's always a great thing to know early on in a game. Anyways, Gouging Fire is gonna come in here. We're gonna see the Booster Energy be activated. We're gonna see Taunt as Flare Blitz comes out on the Reflect. Okay. We're gonna see Dondozo come in. Okay, sure. Flare Blitz not gonna do shit there. Rocky Helmet. Yeah, that's not a great matchup there. Burning Bulwark. What? What? Right here. What? What? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? What's the point of this? Okay, Giratina comes in. If it's special, we're Gucci, right? Lucas comes in. You're gonna see Draco come out, does quite a bit of damage, but after the Black Sludge, it might be out of range of a follow-up Draco. And indeed it was. Amoonguss is gonna be able to put this thing to sleep because, yeah, sleep is still a thing. Yay. Tinglu comes in on the Amoonguss, which surprising, but Iron Hands comes in. It's Mr. Brian Hands. Dragon Punch is gonna get a lot of health out of the Tinglu. It's red card. Okay, pulls back Amoonguss. Dude, why did you click Earthquake? Oh no. I guess. I wonder how much Earthquake did to Iron Hands. If Earthquake did half, like there was no reason to not go for that. I mean, Tinglu's pretty strong. I know Iron Hands got like good defense though, but like Tinglu's like base 110 attack or some shit like that. Like it could have probably done a lot of damage with Earthquake. But you know, I don't know. I don't know the calcs. I'm not pulling them up right now, so yeah. An Earthquake there would have definitely killed Amoonguss, though. We'll say. Yeah, Earthquake only does 17 to Dondozo. That thing's definitely like max defense. So, Liquidation comes out. Is this Rocky Helmet too? No Rocky Helmet is leftovers. We're probably gonna see, Iron Hand's gonna come in. As Lola goes for Wish. Who are you gonna try to bring back? Tinglu? Does Kristoff get the read? Kind of, but not really. Goes for player off. I was expecting the Giratina Origin there, obviously, but while he does get the damage on the Tinglu, it doesn't quite kill and player off with player off, and then the Tinglu gets a Wish back there. But yeah, it's like yeah, now it's back down to where it was after the player off, and he just went for Whirlwind instead of like dealing any damage, which I would have done if I were him, or just get up spikes or something. Okay, Ferrothorn he's gonna let it die to Leech Seed. All right, sure. This is not a great start for Grinning Chart here, and now we're going to bring in the almost dead. Yeah, I'm assuming Grinning Chart was predicting a swap there, but definitely did not work out there. And Gouging Fire is just going to go down without doing much of anything. Arceus Darko is going to come in here, but there's always Grimmsnarl. Oh, also just Ferrothorn casually. Wow, another miss. A Leech Seed miss is quite unfortunate there for Kristoff, and they're just gonna let Ferrothorn go down apparently. Okay, got Blaziken coming in here. This is Mega Blaziken if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Swords Dance up. The CC kill Alomola. I don't know if it kills at this range, but at the same time, we're gonna see Protect. Okay. And we're gonna see it swap. Okay, so we're not. He's playing a little more patiently with this Blaziken here. want to make sure he can get the Alomola down before he goes to Blaziken and starts sweeping, I'm assuming. Dundo's going in for a rest here on the Alomola, going for Protect for no goddamn reason whatsoever. Why you go Protect against, like, Don Zozo of all things? You should just be clicking Flip Turn or whatever. Anyways, Melmetal's going to come in here. Iron Hand's going to swap in on the Thunder Punch. Not doing much, obviously. Drain Punch comes out. Going to do quite a bit of damage to Melmetal. Dude, this AV Iron Hands is just going crazy. Oh, no Earthquake on the Melon is crazy sad. Giratina comes in on the Play Rough. Really nice read there from Kristoff. And Giratina does not get the first turn Wake, so Play Rough is going to take out the Giratina Origin. We gotta have Arc Dark come in here, just desperately going for a Wisp, I'm assuming. Gristar going to come in to set up. It always goes for a Judgment. Judgment wasn't going to do anything to Iron Hands. I don't know why you went for that. You know how, like, Drain Punch would have healed him back up to full, dude. You should have just burned it in the first place. Anyways, recover. Sure. I'm gonna see a taunt there, but it doesn't work against, it's Arceus Dark, so yeah, Judgment is gonna take it out with the burn. But now Blaziken. Oh, he's gonna go Iron Hands first. Okay. What was any of that? what was any of that? Can I get a check? What? I'm so lost. I'm so lost. Someone call my mom. I need help. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, I mean, plus 4 CC definitely gonna kill Alomola. I don't know if it killed without plus. You know what? Let me check. Actually, I don't need to check. There's surely no way Alomola dies to a plus 2 CC or Mega Blaziken. Why is there only Balance Hackmon sets? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to fucking pull out the regular Blaziken set and then get rid of the Life Orb and then. Okay, none of that, and then plus 2 there. Yeah, it doesn't kill. But Liquidation, does that kill after? Maybe it does after. It actually does have, yeah, it does have a chance to kill after. Yeah, with rocks up there too. Yeah, okay, makes sense then. I see what Kristoff swapped out earlier then. But yeah, Gritty Chart definitely threw that. Like, he could have handled Blaziken at plus 2, could not have handled Blaziken at plus 4 for sure. And so at this point, the game's over. CC gonna kill that, and then CC gonna kill that. Yeah, yeah, that was just a bad misplay from Gritty Chart. Like, you should never have let that thing get up a plus 2. Get past plus 2. So like when this thing comes in, like, first off, you tank 2 CCs, right? So like you should always go Alomola on this turn. Like, you should always go Alomola on this turn. Like, but okay, to be fair, like, screens are up and all that shit. So like, I don't know, Liquidation would have killed at this range, but like, you have to go for it, right? So yeah, like, I mean, otherwise you just lose anyways. I mean, you were gonna lose to Iron Hands. Let me be clear, you were going to lose to that thing regardless. But like, you know, you gotta at least get as many Pokemon down as you can before you go down, right? You gotta go down swinging. So yeah. Anyways, that's the end of that game. Anyways, let's keep the pace going here. I'm gonna move on to the Empire Emboars versus the Jubilife Joltiks here. Cool. Let's get started. Thundurus leads off against Arc Grass. We're going to see a T-Wave right off the bat here as the Arc Grass goes for Ice Beam. Not going to quite two-shot here. And we're going to see User coming out from Thundurus. Probably not running Volt Switch just because of the Garchomp, which fair enough. Chiyu's going to come in here, which was a bit of a, yeah. I'm surprised Ozzy went for the Earth Power immediately. That was a pretty good play. I wouldn't have expected that either, personally. But yeah, now Chiyu's going to get nothing. It's going to get nothing because there's a Heat Ran. Honestly, I think Specs Depulse might have just killed Heat Ran, so I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, Defog to get rid of the rocks, but Magma Crunch is going to take out the Thundurus thanks to the boost from Flash Fire as well. Groundhound's going to come in here. It's Shuka. No, it's not. Okay. We see Arceus Grass come in. Okay. I mean, that makes sense, actually. This isn't Primal Grotto. What am I saying? Okay, maybe it is Primal Grotto. I don't know if that crit mattered. I actually don't. Who knows? Maybe it was. Maybe it mattered. Maybe it didn't. Probably mattered if I had to guess, but I mean, Sun boosted. Anyways, Lilligant decides to go for Triple Axle. No, what? Wait. Huh? Okay, well, I guess Ice Shark kills this thing. Fair enough, I guess. You could have just went for Oblivion Wing. Like, wait, yeah. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong button. Why did you like Oblivion Wing? Literally, like, just why would you not go for it on this turn? Are you serious, dude? It like look at this. It's either neutral or I don't know. You know, whatever. I mean, you turning into Champa also, I guess, accomplishes something similar because like it kills everything anyways. Like, I don't know. Yveltal seems like I could have popped off here. I don't know. You just kind of let it. You just didn't want it to pop off, I guess. You know, that's fair enough. Maybe you just hate Yveltal. Anyways, Latias comes in here. It looks like it is probably Banded Champa, by the way. It's swapped out there. Flash Fire. Bro, you gotta stop giving me a Flash Fire boost. Oh no. Oh no, this Latias is about to get trapped to high heaven. Oh, never mind. Marshall is just gonna die, I guess. Oh, wow. I'm surprised Marshall took that so well. I thought it was gonna die. Oh, it's protect. It's dead. It's actually, yeah, it actually is dead. Toxic Protect Magmastorm is a fucking heinous set. Must say. And his Groudon's gonna come back in here. Ozzy doesn't have great switches to it, and he actually is gonna let Heatran die here, but Chien-Pao. Wait, Chien-Pao does not kill this thing for sure. Ice Spinner, yeah, it does a lot, but not gonna kill. And yeah, Chien-Pao's gonna die. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Ozzy was gonna play this a lot better personally. Like, okay, what? Okay, he wants the Lego to win. You know, fair enough. I want the Lego to win too. They're a good mom. I like it. Meteor Beam, yeah. Yeah. Blow this thing up. Blow it up. Psychic, who cares? You got good spit F. Alright, kill this thing. Yeah, go to Lego. Woo! So that's what Ozzy Wazzy wanted. My bad. I did not understand Joe Flow. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that was fun. Sure. I don't know. I feel like Ozzy Wazzy like split a couple of those. Like, Yveltal like so could have won. They so could have won like 5 turns ago. I feel like, but you know. I mean, I don't know the set. I don't know the Yveltal set. I don't know what it's gonna do. Maybe it doesn't have Oblivion Wing, which top 10 throws of all time if it didn't. But yeah, yeah. I'm surprised he like went to Banded Chien-Pao on the ground. I was just like, fuck it, we're gonna choice band Ice Spinner it. Like that was not the first choice I would have picked, but like sure, fair enough. Like, I would have gone to Yveltal, like maybe Stone Edge. I don't know. Depending on your Yveltal set, like Stone Edge probably won't kill from Groudon, and then like you know you get a lot of help back from Oblivion Wing and stuff. So. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know everything, unfortunately. I would like to know everything because that make life a lot easier. But unfortunately, there are just some unknowns that we have to go through. Anyways, oh, I forgot to. We got Faraway Farfetch'd up against the Solcaceon Screamtails here. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing started. We're gonna see Arceus Water lead off against Lando Teague. Obviously, bad matchup there. Arceus Toxic's gonna come in here. All right, it's Whirlpool Fairysong calling it out. Oh no. All right, Taunt. Calm Mind Taunt. Okay, that's going to be pretty good against Arceus, against Pex. We're going to see Mewtwo come in here. It's Mega Mewtwo. I keep forgetting it's Mega Mewtwo X. What's the other Mega Mewtwo? Oh, Judgment doesn't quite kill. That's quite unfortunate. Yeah, I thought, oh my god. That's Thunder Punch. That's just Thunder Punch. That does that much. It's kind of crazy. All right, but anyways, Arceus Water is going to take it out. It's pretty low on health though. Zacian's gonna come in. It's gonna burn its Intrepid Sword early, but it is gonna force out the Arceus Water, so good on it, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, don't want to get Thunder Waved here, so you're probably gonna have to swap. Oh, oh, it's Lumberry. Okay, makes sense. What? What? See, if you had close combat, I would understand that play, but like, what the fuck? Why'd you just let yourself get paralyzed again? What? Does he only have player up for his Klefki? Why? Oh, that crit sucks. But like, why? Are you what? I'm surprised you didn't go for the third layer. I would have gone for the third layer. Anyways, Ice Spinner is going to take it out. This is probably Banded Chien-Pao. RC Steel going to come in. Goes for Judgment. Not going to do much on the Scizor. I think that's Mega Scizor, right? I forgot who has Mega Scissor, who doesn't. Yeah, Mega Scissor. Okay, U-turn out. What? Chien-Pao comes back in. Arce is water. I mean, sure. I guess. Actually, yeah. There's a whole Toxapex. Like, it's gonna be harder for Chien-Pao to get like a good turn off there. Actually, wait, no. Dark is literally neutral against everything. Well, okay, but you want to chip down Landers first. Yeah, fair enough. There's Arceus Water, Sandseer Storm. Crazy. All right. I see a taunt. I'm okay. Was the right play apparently. Kyurem White's gonna come in here. Definitely has Freeze Dry. Arceus Water gonna go back up to full, but definitely doesn't want to take this Freeze Dry. Okay, apparently it does. Oh my god. I'm a little lost here. Just okay. Fusion player gonna come out for sure. Oh my god, his weakness Palsy. What the fuck? Okay, wait. Okay, but this Lunala is gonna tank whatever. Right? What's this fucking? What is this set? Fusion Flare Freeze Dry Ice Beam is crazy in the year 2025. Okay, I need to stop saying that. Lunala saves Frog from losing immediately, actually, because that thing would have fucking won there. Moonguy's Beam. Not doing much to the Landers, actually. I'm kind of surprised. Gets the burn there, which is pretty unfortunate for Lunala, because now Shadow Shield will always constantly be broken, no matter what it will do. Toxapex comes in. Yeah, it might not. It probably doesn't have. It doesn't have a psychic move. Nice call out there. It goes for T-Spikes, which is going to be really annoying for Frog to deal with. JK, it's Boots. Nope, it's not Boots. Okay. Not Lumpberry either. Second T-Spikes coming out. Sure. Sub comes out. I feel like Pex beats this 1v1 unless it has an actual psychic move. Never mind. High Horsepower does way too much. I understand going for Haze there, but yeah, that wasn't a good call out. Okay. Okay. I mean, this Calyrex, yeah, it's not okay, but U-turn's gonna break the sub. Go Arc Steel. What? Whoa, agility. What? It's a what? Yeah. Why did you go? What? Oh my god, I'm so confused. This is the worst time to go Landorus. This is gonna go for a Glacial Lance. Yeah. Dude, you should have gone to it sooner. Oh no. Okay, Arc Steel can tank one hit, I suppose. Why are you going to Pex? Why are you going to Pex? What are you doing? Go to Arc Steel. Arc Steel can take the hit and just like you're not gonna take as much damage, but now you're just like you would have taken 40. You could have recovered on this thing. Why are you recovering now? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck did I just watch? What the fuck? I honestly think Liz had a good chance of winning that game. Maybe. Actually, no, Arceus Water is basically gonna win that one. But no, it's gonna get poisoned. Wait. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, sorry, I'm going a bit too far there, but like, this is like, okay. I understand. Okay, like, I understand this play, right? I understand the Haze. I get it, right? And this is a good play going to Landers and then going for U-turn. Bro, you could have just fucking U-turned out into Arc Steel. No way he's clicking. No way is he ever clicking anything besides either sub or high horsepower on that turn. Like he's not gonna like fucking like, dude, you go Arc Steel. I'm so confused. I'm just so confused. What? You are Steel type, right? Judgment fucking kills this thing. It's super effective. And it's at half health. There is no way it was living. And then like Arc Water probably gonna die because you had 2 layers of T-Spikes up. Like it's never gonna win. You have Toxapex to constantly wall it, even with taunt. Like it will never get anywhere because of Toxic. And then like at that point, like if you were your own Calm Mind Arc Steel, I think you actually had a chance of winning that game because like you would have been able to beat Lunala eventually, even with T-Wave. And then like it was just Chien-Pao. And then Chien-Pao, you have Toxapex, you have Arc Steel. Like, I mean, like as long as you don't get unlucky with Arc Steel, I think you would have won that game with Chien-Pao, like against Chien-Pao. I mean, again, it all depends on if this is Calm Mind Arc Steel, which usually it's not. So like maybe Liz still would have lost anyways. But like this whole sequence was I'm sorry to say, it was just poorly misplayed. It was just poorly played. I don't understand this at all. Like, you have a whole, and then the last couple turns there were, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand this plays. Like, dude, you did not need to do any of this. Like, just go to fucking Arc Steel. This U-turn should have been an Arc Steel. Like, and then like Agility's, oh well, I'll just kill it. I think I must be missing something. I must be missing something I'm not seeing. Like, dude, yeah, like fucking yeah, I would have done that. Chien-Pao probably tries to come in afterwards. You just sack Landorus, right? Because you don't need it anymore. It doesn't really win against any of these bonds. You sack Landorus, you get the Intimidate off. It goes for whatever move it goes for. Maybe a dark move, maybe whatever. It probably actually has to go for a dark move on that turn. Landorus, at that point, maybe you can keep it. Because like it's -1, it probably doesn't die to I don't know, crunch or whatever. Maybe like go Pex. And then like try to like get a burn with T-Spike or with Scald. I don't know what the Toxpack set is either. I think this was just this was a very interesting, it's a very weird game. I feel like Liz could have won this game. I just like, she kind of just threw the ending there. And especially like, I would, okay, like you turn here, right? And then go step Pex. I understand this is a very like Frog 100% of the time is going to go for high horsepower here after this agility because he knows he's faster than the Landorus. Or, well, actually, he doesn't know that. This could be Scarf Landers, all things considered. Actually, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was clicking, but like it could have been Scarf Landers. I don't know, but like I don't remember if it was like mixing up moves during the times it was out. But like 1000% of the time, Calyrex Ice goes for high horsepower here because he thinks he's faster, right? So like you just go Landorus, you get an Intimidate off. He has a high horsepower, right? He literally has to, otherwise. Because like he thinks he's faster, so he's just gonna go Glacial Lance on the next turn. So like you go Landorus, you go back, and then you go Arc Steel. Maybe he gets the Predict off, maybe he doesn't. If he doesn't get the Predict, like he's gonna do like maybe like 28% because you know -1 attack. You can recover off of that. Like I think Liz could have won. I just don't understand this. I just don't understand this logic. Like this was the worst turn you could have possibly done because like if I'm Frog, right? Oh, it's at 16%. Glacial Lance kills, and it potentially snipes the Landorus on the swap in. So I'm going to go for that. And if Arceus Steel comes in... Oh, yeah, I guess it was just 50-50. I don't know. He could have gone for high surprise. Okay, so maybe that's not a bad play. But, like, he just got the turn wrong there. So that's fine. But, yeah, I don't know. After that, you should have just... Well, I don't know, like, why you even went to X. Like, what, I guess he was going for the 5% chance to miss. Like that doesn't make much sense. But like, and then this whole sequence is like, I mean, okay, I understand. I actually understand this one because it was just like, Liz needs to be healthy enough to deal with Chien-Pao, so she has to go for recovers here and hope the Calyrex Ice like doesn't get high rolls. But yeah, like you just did not have to get to this situation, and so yeah, that was a little weird. I don't know. That was. Anyways, we're just gonna move on because oh, hey, it's me. Yeah, okay. Let's switch to my viewpoint. We can talk about how I think about this game because you know if I'm important or something. I don't. But yeah, Soaring Sigilyphs up against the Meteoric Miniors. Me versus Astro. I'm Specs. If you couldn't tell, you know, hi. I do this YouTube thing sometimes. Anyways. Ogerpon Hearthlane leads off here. I went Arceus Fairy just because it had the best overall lead here. So, yeah, I had Earth Power for like Glamora and stuff, so I was like, fine, I'll do that. Anyways, I hard swap into Lugia. I'm not Lugia. I hard swap into Rayquaza there just because honestly, I don't have great switches to Ogerpon. I'm gonna be honest with you. These things are like actually kind of scary, especially the fire version. Like, kind of just eats my entire team. I'm not gonna be so for real with you. If that thing had play rough, it's over. But yeah, Rayquaza against Lugia, not a great matchup for Rayquaza historically speaking. But yeah, anyways, Fair Thorn's I'm gonna swap it in here. As he goes for Whirlwind, Arceus Fairy comes in. I'm just like, at this point, fuck it, I'm going for Taunt. He goes for the Psychic Noise, interesting. Whirlwind Psychic Noise, interesting. So it's probably Roost, and then like in my process, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna break multi-scale. We're gonna see what happens. He goes for Psychic Noise. Again, I'm just like, I'm very confused, so I'm just like, recover. We're gonna recover. And he goes for Whirlpool. I'm like, okay, this is a pretty interesting set, right? Whirlpool, Psychic Noise is not too bad. I just go for Taunt again because like, I don't know. I don't want him to recover, get his multi-scale back. But yeah, Arceus Fairy is just Taunt to attack recover if I remember correctly. So I'm just like getting some chip here, and I'm just gonna recover when I can. But yeah, heal block. See, what the problem with Psychic Noise is like I can always just recover on the turns where I don't get Psychic Noise. But yeah, Taunt ends there. I just go for another recover because fuck it. He goes for Psychic Noise. I kind of figured he wouldn't go for a recover there, so I'm just like whatever. This is a very nothing burger Pokemon. I don't really know what it's doing. It was my thought process at the current moment. But yeah, I just swap into King Gambit now because like no way in hell this thing has a way to hit King Gambit at all. So I'm just like, fuck it. I go Gambit. I just go for the straight knockoff because I figured Terapia. No, I go for ah shit. My bad. Honestly, why didn't I go for knockoff on that turn? I have no idea why I didn't go for knockoff. That would have been nice. I would have been able to get rid of the Terrapagos' Terra Shell. But anyways, I go Arc Fairy. I just swap back onto my Lunala as he goes Gold. I'm just gonna go for Shadow or Moongeist Beam. I know Terrapagos can be immune to it, but like that's better safe than sorry, you know. And I just go for Toxic here. My music paused for some reason. Anyways, yeah, he goes for Dark Pulse. Not gonna do too much because I have my Shadow Shield. I just Moonlight back up. He goes for Rapid Spin. Oopsie, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I just go for Moonblast, get some damage. And this is the whole point of this Lunala. It's supposed to just Moonlight and just be faster than the Terrapagos and kill it with Toxic. Anyways, I go Arc Fairy here, and then he just lets the Terrapagos die. I don't know. You know, it's up to him. Golden Go comes back in. It has a balloon. I just go back into Lunala here on the Thunder Wave, and at this point, I was very scared of this Golden Go having Focus Blast, and honestly, I was again. This is me being way too safe, and I was just like, I don't want to swap my King Gambit in here because I don't want to get Focus Blast to the face. So I just let my Lunala die here. Realistically, I did not have to let this die immediately, and it could have been useful later on. But to be fair, it was paralyzed and it wasn't at full health. Like I don't know, maybe Lunala wasn't very good here at this point. Yeah, I just go King Gambit here. Lugia comes in. I go for Sucker Punch there just because I, again, was worried about Focus Blast from Gold. So I just really wanted to fucking make sure he was not trying to Focus Blast me. But yeah, it goes to Recover here. I just go for Knockoff. I get rid of its boots. And at this point, I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to Sword... Looking at this move pool, Whirlpool, Psychic... I'm just going to Swords Dance. Yeah, anyways, I go for Knockoff there. He's probably going to whirl with me, and he does. And he drags me out to Zacian, which is like the worst thing he could have dragged me out to. Which is unfortunate for him, man. I was like, yeah, I think like anything else would have been worse. Anyways, I go for Crunch just to get damage off. And unfortunately, I do get the defense drop there. I think I say sorry in the chat, but I was not sorry. I was not sorry. Especially since like, yeah, he's probably gonna get some. Now that he probably dies, he's probably gonna try to get some damage off here. So I just went for a Sword Dance on the next turn because I'm a bad person. Okay, you just have to understand I'm a very bad person. Anyways, I killed the thing with Crunch. But yeah, he goes Glamora here, and I'm just like, fuck it. I know it's Sash. I just want my chip, so I just go over CC there. He goes for Toxic, which I don't know why. Sludgewave probably would have killed me at this point, and I think he talks about that later after. But yeah, anyways, I was like, fuck it. Well, I'm gonna kill it now, so I kill it with Crunch. And then he goes into Marshadow here. I was a little confused about that. I just go for Playro. Turns out he was Sash, so good on him. He does Spectral Thief me, which is very scary now. So he's +3, and my Zacian's down, so that's very, very scary. Just a little I'm Scarf Rayquaza though, so yeah, he somehow recognizes I was Scarf Rayquaza and goes for the Shadow Sneak. Good play on his end, but I do make sure the Marshadow doesn't fucking beat me immediately, which would have been scary. Anyways, I go King Gambit here. I'd rather him go to Ogre Pond than go into Golden Go at this point, which is why I go Gambit. I also figured he was gonna go for I knew Ivy Cudgel didn't kill me from full because I'm max HP Gambit. So I just went for the Sword Dance because +2 Sucker Punch will kill it. And yeah, now we go into the now we go into the Sucker Punch war. So you know, my old policy on Sucker Punch used to be click it all 8 times, because I ain't no bitch. Turns out Astro read me like a goddamn book. Let me just skip turns here because yeah, he did read. He has spikes, by the way. But yeah, he did read my ass because I went for Sucker Punch until I ran out of PP. So yeah, he got me there. So no longer am I gonna be just clicking all of them, or will I? You'll never know, and that's the worst thing about it. Anyways, but yeah, I lost that Sucker Punch war apparently. I honestly, I figured, I just figured. Okay, well. Let me explain why I went for all 8 Sucker Punches actually, because there is good logic about it. So the thing is, at this point I already won. Well, okay, I didn't already win, but I had a very good shot at winning at this point. Just because Scarf Rayquaza is already super good here. Once I get the Golden Go off of the balloon, I kind of just win the game. And based on the fact that he swapped out, like, well, okay, he didn't have to swap out against my Kingambit earlier, right? Like he could have just been holding the Focus Blast back. But I kind of figured Thunder Wave, Hex, Recover. Last move is probably gonna be something to deal with Arceus Fairy rather than something to do with Kingambit. So at this point he probably doesn't have Focus Blast. So yeah, the combination of Gambit plus Rayquaza should be enough for me to win at this point. So I was like, I don't have to win all the Sucker Punch wars. I just kind of have to, like, it doesn't matter, right? I can just sack. I'll just sack Rayquaza here. I mean, I sack Ferrothorn because it's not very good here at this point. I sack it, and then I just go Rayquaza and I click my juicy Dragon Ascent. The Golden Go is no longer on the balloon, and then I just go back to Kingambit. So I can just go straight for like knockoffs or whatever, get some damage on the Ogerpon, and then I can win that way. Yeah, so now I win. Earthquake kills Golden Go. Earthquake kills Ogerpon at this range. This Ogerpon definitely does have Trailblaze because like it would have gone for it a while ago if it did. I just go for another knockoff here just because, like, you know, and yeah, again, as I said, I lived Ivy Covetl, so it doesn't matter. All right, I was Boots too, so the specs didn't matter either at this point. Because Arceus Fairy wasn't gonna do shit at this end game either. And so Golden Go comes in. Hex is enough to kill me. But yeah, I have Earthquake, so, and I'm Scarf, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, I had to win anyways. So I was like, I was fine with just getting rid of all my Sucker Punches at that point. At the same time though, I mean, I shout outs to Astro for not breaking for all 8 of the Sucker Punches. Because like, most people usually would break sometime beforehand. So, you know, kind of surprised that happened. Like, you know, the thing about Sucker Punch mind games, like, you just kind of have to, I would say for you, just come up with a strategy and stick with it until it doesn't work. And then just change it. So like, you know, you can do like one and done. So like click Sucker Punch once and then go for it, and then go for the attack move on the second attempt. Or like click Sucker Punch. There's like, if there's like a little bit of like mind game logic where it's like, if the other person's clicking Swords Dance, maybe on the turn where he's about to get +6, he's gonna definitely click, he's more likely to click Swords Dance there because, like, you know, whatever. But like, I don't know. At the end of the game, at the end of the day, no matter what you slice it, there's just no real logic you can apply to Sucker Punch Wars where it will always work. Because every player is different, they're going to react differently to Sucker Punch. And yeah, so it's just really, it's crapshoot. But yeah, that's the first time I've ever like lost a Sucker Punch War as the person who was in control of it. I've only like won only a couple Sucker Punch Wars in my life. And usually I'm on the opposite. I'm usually on the other end of it. But yeah, so yeah, next time, you know, maybe click all 8 like I did. Maybe you should only click it once. Maybe you should only click it twice. Maybe you should only click it 5 times. But yeah, for me, I think it was just fine for me to, even if I lost all 8, I would have won that game anyways. So I was fine with just going for that. So that's what happened. And yeah. Anyways, we're going to move on to the last game here because we still have one more game. Motostoke Milcery up against the Aegislash. Yeah, okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. This is a great Tusk lead off against Ganondorf, the Grimmsnarl. It's Fake Out. Fake Out Life Orb Grimmsnarl, kind of a crazy set. Okay, I'm going to see Party Shot here. Goes into Slurpuff on the Stealth Rock. Okay, we're going to see probably Webs here. Headlong Rush. Sticky Web. All right, go for knockoff like a goat. Like a goat. What? What? Think about what you doing. You have a whole golden go. You gotta block that. You gotta block that shit. Oh, and a crit. Okay, I don't know if that crit mattered. Maybe it did. Okay, Arceus Dragon comes in. We're gonna see another. Okay, Milky's just like it's just going out swinging. I want to get my damage. Fair enough. I like that. Okay, we're gonna see Bundle on the expected recover. I'm assuming, right? Yeah, nice play. Nice play. Ice Beam, not gonna kill though because of the Calm Mind boost. Judgment is gonna kill Iron Bundle in return though. Okay. Flamethrower on the Magearna is gonna do a lot of damage there. It is weakness policy. Damn, you guys are all demons for running this shit. I hate you guys. Okay, Coco is gonna come in here. What if it's Iron Head? Okay, Dazzling Gleam. Fair enough. Magearna is getting boosted. I don't like this. Iron Bundle comes in here. It's gonna have Cork Drive. Oh, but it's Cork Drive special attack. Okay, it's probably Scarf. And Scarf is gonna take out the Magearna. Damn, nice. All right, Petra Run's gonna come in here. We see Gold come in. On Malignant Chain. Oh, I don't know. Malignant Chain got a new animation. That's kind of cool. All right, anyway, Shadow Ball's gonna come. Oh my fucking god. Good lord. Okay, that was definitely just like a straight offensive toss because like I don't ever see that. I don't ever see a Shadow Ball just killing it immediately. Okay, anyways, Arceus Dragon comes in. We're gonna see it also has Calm Mind, so he who Calm Minds first usually wins, I guess. All right, Bundle comes in. Why does Bundle come in? Dude, this is Arceus Rock. Oh, that's why it comes in. All right, I like that. Okay, Golden Go, Ice Beam again. He's just gonna spam. Yeah, because Encore ends on this turn. Make it rain. Gonna do quite a bit of damage there, but the -1 special attack drop. Like maybe with Recover you can cheese it out. Recover again, make it rain. 58. Yeah, now it's gonna do less than half. So I guess Milker is just gonna kind of ride this out, and Vikaball is just waiting for a crit, I suppose. Never mind, he's gonna go hard bundle here. Yeah, no boots on this thing is really sucky. Another Encore. Okay. Go back to gold. Okay, recover. Trick. Oh, wait. Pause. Go back. Why is it trick? Why did it trick? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Iron Bundle dies to rocks. Golden Go is gonna die to Flamethrower. Oh. It was Specs Gold. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like Vikaball kind of forgot that Golden Go can't trick Arceus. Like, yeah, Arceus Rock, the Arceus Forms, besides Arceus Normal, if they have their plate on, they cannot get it removed. So it's like Mail, or like a Megastone, or like a Z move, or any of those variation of things. So yeah, fun fact. So you can't get tricked, which is one good thing about Arceus. It's also the bad thing about Arceus, that the fact that you're forced to hold the plate because, you know, things like boots are very fun, and you know. Yeah, that's a great way to deal with Arceus forms in general. In case you haven't noticed that, like, you should bring hazards just for your because like almost everyone has an Arceus, and so because of that, hazards are really good regardless because Arceus is gonna be guaranteed to show up. We don't have Arceus Normal around, so like, yeah, you're guaranteed to be able to get some chip with your hazards against Arceus forms. But yeah, anyway, that is the game there. That's the last game there. Unfortunately, for Vikaball, he just kind of. I don't know what the fuck that Iron Bundle was doing, though. I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't know what that thing was doing. It was definitely playing like it was. I think it was Scarf, or like maybe Specs, Scarf or Specs, one of the two. I'm very confused as to like why he did all those moves there. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Did get that. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say about that. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. So peace out.